G'day everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm Raidzero AU and welcome back to another episode of StarRupture. And we got our basics kind of set up last time. There is one more bit of basic thing that I want to do, and that is, I'm just going to copy that over this side here. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. In fact, we probably don't even need to use those. Could probably just go storage depot. No, on second thoughts, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that one. I'm going to bring that one over. And we will just put in a couple of these. You know what, let's just run it along. Let's do that. Get a customary lag. Placing one of these in. Okay. Now we want the storage depots. So I'm going to put one. But that's not right, is it? It's not right at all. Try that again. Okay, and this is purely to store bars in. That one can go in there. You can go in there. There. Ooh. There. This one can have those. Those. And those. And those. Okay. So that should start feeding those through, and that just gives us a bit of a buffer of those bars. And then we're going to want those. There. Followed by one onto here. So this part can be taken down, and
necesito agua.
Okay. This one needs to be here.
I'm so hungry I feel sick.
All right.
Delicious.
There you go. Go there. Let's actually grab one of those. Just put it in here. Just no. even this up. That's better. Okay. And then this one. To there. Okay, so that now feeds back that way. Now down here. 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to put one of these here. That gives us a bit of room to expand this if we need to, which we probably will. And there. Go into there. And then this one, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this down, and this is when we're going to start doing our actual production. I don't know that we need that one there. We may need to change that. So this one comes down, and then we need to put fabricators in. So, fabricator. We want it this way. And probably just like that. I'm going to pop a few in. Leaving a line between each one. Okay. There, 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 there. Right. Misclick. You. There. There. Then out here we will do these. In fact, no, we won't. What we want to start doing is creating a buffer. So in here instead we will put in, once again, these storages. Which is the best way to do that? Which way do I want to offset it? I guess it doesn't really matter. It might do, but I don't think so. Like that. Okay. And then we need these. And you can go there. There. And there. Okay. Let's start connecting up. So you go into there. And you then go into there. And we're feeding this back. And this is where we need one of these. So, okay. No. There. Into there. Okay, so that all feeds back. So, and then that needs to go in there. Go in there. You need to go in there. That should be everything connected. So, here, if we then wanted to make over this side, I'm going to need calcium blocks for that one. Make those. I can chuck you in for now. And you, I'm going to store that. Okay. There we go. You are going to be Wolfram wire. I've only got one Wolfram on me, but... And you can store that. You can be titanium bars. Get you going. And you can be titanium sheets. We can get you going. Okay. So that has all of that going into storage. Now there was one more, wasn't there? So move you over. Be there. Go there. And we can see the resources starting to flow through. As always, bit of a bottleneck initially because basically it's trying to feed a lot of stuff through, but stuff will eventually make its way. You into there, and you into there. Okay. We were offsetting it there, I think. Yep. And placing one of these here. Oh. Yeah. Oh well. While I'm down here. Now, we got stairs over here, so... Alright, now we're out of power. We need to improve our power. Okay, we'll do that in a sec. Let's... put out what we can here. No, don't want to do that. Okay. Right, back to what we were doing. In fact, let's get the power sorted out now. Power. There you go. And should we put in, let's just put in another row. Once we start to get wind generation, things will improve, but that'll do for now. We're producing 420 and we're using 285. Okay. Right. So you go in there. You from plates. From plates. Okay. So they're all producing. That's good. Right, so we've got that all set up. I think what I also then want to do is after each of these outputs, I think what I want is I'm going to want another one of these. So we've got it feeding back into that loop. But I also then want to feed it this way. Then we want to feed this over here. So this is kind of where we want to be. Doesn't want to do it. Put in what we can. No. Okay, so that's where the problem is. That one's okay there. So here we're going to have to put in just a platform. Okay. And then copy this one back. Okay. Is that completely the wrong height? It is completely the wrong height. Ah. Okay. So this is where the problem's going to be. Alright. Connected with the ground. We can put pillars down. All of those down. I thought the idea of that was to... Okay. Then put a platform over there, but that's not the right height again. Do that, but then you can't adjust that one. So do that. Not stable. Okay. Oh, this is annoying. Annoying. Put the right one. Platform. Yes. Okay, so that's the right level there. Alright. Well, for now, what I want is actually want one of those to be here. Fix the rest of it up off camera. want that one to go in there. So then that feeds into here. Okay. So it's a bit messy over here at the moment, but we'll sort that out. But that at least feeds that in. See if we can't lift some of these up. No. The right height there. That's not the right height. Won't go up. Okay. So if I put one here, it would need to be about there. And then can I adjust that one? See, that's the problem. It doesn't let you adjust the second one. Okay. All right. Well, what we might just have to try and do is, right. Let us do that. Okay. It'll work. Not ideal, but push it out as far as we can. Alright, let's see if there's anything we can start pushing to unlock. Okay, let's have a look. So this one needs wolfram powder or calcium powder. That's for the food station. For the recycler it needs titanium beads, titanium sheets. We could do that. Dash. Wolfram wire or titanium rod. We can do those. Extendable walkway. And then development. Probably keep working on these ones. Probably try and get the what do we need? Titanium housing or wolfram plate. Titanium housing would be nice because that would be a higher level. So I think we work on this one at the moment, Griffith's blue. So we can do wolfram wire while we work on the other stuff. So Griffith's blue, wolfram wire. Whoops, not what I wanted.
Oh, just what I need.
Okay. Well, there we go. So that will now feed through. Nice. And over here we should be able to do some of these supported platforms. Out this way. Connected with the ground. That side's okay. Okay, that one won't. That will. And all we then do is just fill in the ones that won't. The platforms. Okay. Do that. Alright, that'll do for now. Okay. So that's all working. We're off and shipping again. Alright, this shouldn't take too long. What levels are we at? These should be... Yeah, that's almost full. That is full. And that's full. We should have these producing and pumping back into storage over here. Some of it's going to storage, some of it's being pumped straight down. That's okay. Alright, so looking here, so we've got level 4, level 2, so the other one is going to be that one there. Moon energy, just the extendable walkway. That's the calcite sheets and the calcium blocks. Okay. Alright, that's going to be something we're going to need to work on. We will do that in the next episode. So, I hope you've enjoyed what you've watched. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe. Look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. I'm Raidzero, signing out.